Hello everyone and welcome. Are Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva real persons? Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva of the Hindu tradition are not real persons. They are the names of three energies, three forces of manifestation, three qualities of nature. The process of manifestation of the universe is threefold. Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the sustainer, Shiva, the transformer. The literal meaning of Brahma is expansion, of Vishnu is all-pervasive, and of Shiva is that which is not. Life is a play of these three energies. Why three forces in manifestation? To create or manifest anything, the minimum number of forces required is three. Less than three won't do. Two are not enough, and one will make manifestation impossible. With one, all diversity disappears and everything turns into monotone. Even two won't work because to unite two, a third factor becomes essential. Otherwise, the two will never unite. They will remain separate, apart. You need an electrolyte between positive and negative to create electricity. With the three, creation and growth becomes possible. It may be more than three, but never less. From another angle, the manifestation of any object always involves three aspects: knowledge, energy, and material. Knowledge which comes from the light principle, sattva. Activity or desire which comes from the active or energetic principle, called rajas. And inert matter which comes from the principle of inertia, called tamas. Tamas, inertia, is the element of resistance. If there was no tamas, nothing in the world would remain static. If you throw a rock in the air, it would keep moving for eternity. Rajas is the force of movement. It is the opposite of tamas. Tamas stops all movement and rajas generates all movement. Sattva is the third quality. It is like a triangle with two corners at the base and one above. Sattva is the corner at the top of the triangle. One may say that sattva balances the two corners at the base of the triangle. Sattva is the balancing force. Vedic tradition has named these three qualities or gunas of nature, tamas, rajas and sattva, as Shiva, Brahma and Vishnu. Abrahamic religions call them Holy Spirit, Son and Father. Science calls them electron, proton and neutron in that order. The whole manifestation is intelligently designed. It is basically made up of knowledge or consciousness. But knowledge is not enough for manifestation. God needs a substance to transform into all the objects in manifestation. So, God manifests tamas out of its own self. Tamas is matter. It is not conscious, so it cannot transform itself. And knowledge alone is not capable of transforming matter into forms. So, realizing the need for another power, God dreamed up Rajas. Rajas is the power of desire, projecting power, energy, mind. It allows God to manifest and destroy the forms in the so-called creation according to knowledge. This whole thing, of course, happens in the mind of God in an instant. Don't we all create our night dreams instantaneously? Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva have been also correlated to the three states of mind. During the waking state, sattva predominates. During the dream state, rajas predominates. And during the deep sleep state, tamas predominates. The turiya or the fourth is Brahman, the absolute. It is not really a separate state. It is a substratum of all the states. Turiya is a stateless state. In scientific terms, the electron is the negative force. It functions in a negative way, just like tamas, just like Shiva. It destroys, it breaks into fragments. The proton is like Rajas, like Brahma, the positive or the generative force. Hence it is called proton. It creates, it is creative. The neutron is neither positive nor negative. It is the sustaining force. It balances. It remains always in the middle. Neutron is like sattva, like Vishnu. Science recognizes that there are four fundamental forces in nature. First, gravity is the force that pulls us to the surface of the earth, keeps the planets in orbit around the sun, and causes the formation of planets, stars, and galaxies. Second, electromagnetism is a force responsible for the way matter generates and responds to electricity and magnetism. Next comes the less familiar forces. Both act only inside the nuclei of atoms. The strong nuclear force binds the nucleus of an atom together. The weak nuclear force is responsible for certain kinds of radioactive decay. However, electromagnetism and the weak nuclear force have been shown to be different facets of the same fundamental force. So, this leaves us with three fundamental forces or energies: gravity, electromagnetism, and strong nuclear force. These forces can be compared with Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu. Scientific terms are generally impersonal and religious terms are generally personal. Personal terms with personal forms are designed to help common people remember the basic life concepts in an emotional or in a story-like fashion. That's the reason. These stories of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva must not be taken literally. We must go beyond to grab the truth behind these personalities and stories. These personalities and stories are simply symbolic, that's all. Brahma is needed once at the moment of manifestation or at birth. So also Shiva is needed once at the moment of transformation, destruction, at death. Vishnu comprises the entire span of life between birth and death. It is life energy. That's why every avatar or incarnation is the incarnation of Vishnu in the Hindu tradition. Vishnu alone can incarnate because he is life. However, Shiva is also worshipped as much as Vishnu because Shiva is the god of death and people are very much afraid of death, more so than anything else. These three energies ultimately are not really three. They are different forms of the one and the same energy because reality is one without a second. There are three different aspects, three different names or functions of the same one reality. And because of this, we created the statue of Trimurti, one body with three faces. In conclusion, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are not real persons. They are three different aspects, functions or names of one energy called life. Thank you.